Good evening, good evening. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another live edition of Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I am your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody's been having a good week. Happy Labor Day weekend. We have a lot of pro wrestling to look forward to this weekend. Whew. It's going to be jam-packed with nonstop action. So, in tonight's episode, we got quite a bit to talk about. We're going to have some fun tonight. We got AEW All Out on Sunday. We got NXT Worlds Collide on Sunday. We got Clash at the Castle on Saturday. The 5-Star Grand Prix continues this weekend with Stardom. There's a lot of action this weekend, a whole lot of action. So, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit of Stardom, going to recap the current standings of the 5-Star Grand Prix. Also, the Burning Spirit New Japan Pro Wrestling series is about to begin this weekend as well. So talk a little bit about that and, a lot of the upcoming things, including some news with the IWGP Women's Championship as the information has been released about the upcoming tournament. So got that to talk about. Gonna preview the pay-per-views for NXT Worlds Collide, well, technically premium live event, WWE Clash at the Castle, and AEW's All Out. So we got a lot to talk about. Gonna talk a little bit about Bobby Fish. Gonna talk a little bit about Malachi Black as well. A couple of rumors here and there. But yeah. So let's first start off with some Stardom. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. Let's take a look at Stardom. So, ladies and gentlemen, 5-Star Grand Prix. We have only 1 month of action left for this 5-Star Grand Prix to finish up these matches. Because remember, the finals of the 5-Star Grand Prix is on October 1st, which the finals will be the leader of the Red Stars taking on the leader of the Blue Stars. So we got 1 month left, and it starts this weekend. So it's little by little coming down to the wire, but this is exciting. This is really exciting. So let's first start off with going over the current standings of the Red Block for the 5-Star Grand Prix. Okay, Red Block. So right now, there's only one person sitting at the bottom with 0 points at a record of 0-6 is Momokogo. This is sad. 0-6. She has lost to Koguma, Utami, Izumi, Himeka, Mai Sakurai, and Risa Sera. And honestly, looking at her remaining matches against Tam Nakano, Unagi Sayaka, Micah, Shuri, Saki Kashima, and Saki, dang, she might finish this tournament winless, to be honest with you. And I'd hate to see that because I like Momokogo, but I just got a bad feeling she's going to finish this tournament winless. Yikes. Anyway, so she has still 0 points. All right, next up, sitting at 2 points, surprisingly, just 2 points with a record of 1-4 is Unagi Sayaka. So she has the 1 win over Saki Kashima, but she has losses to Utami Hayashishita, Mai Sakurai, Shuri, and Saki. So Yeah, she's been struggling as well. But hey, she's not in the same position as Momokogo. So there's that. Okay, we have one, two, three. No, excuse me. We have two ladies right now sitting at 4 points, which are Saki Kashima and Saki. So both Sakis sitting at 4 points. So Saki is 2-3. She has victories over Koguma and Unagi Sayaka, but losses to Azumi, Micah, and Risa Sera. And then Saki Kashima is 2-4. She has 2 big victories over Shuri and Micah, but 4 losses to Koguma, Unagi Sayaka, Himeka, and Mai Sakurai. Okay. We have 4 ladies at 6 points. So 4 ladies at 6 points, and they are Tam Nakano, Mai Sakurai, Shuri, and Risa Sera. Quite interesting. Let's start with Risa Sera. Risa Sera is 3-2. So Risa Sera has victories over Momokogo, Micah, and Saki, but losses to Himeka and Utami Hayashishita. So still plenty of opportunities for her to come back. So it's not quite over for her. Shuri. Shuri has kind of taken some bumps and bruises. Shuri right now is 3-3. Remember, that's our current World of Stardom champion. She's 3-3 right now, with victories over Azumi, Unagi Sayaka, and Mai Sakurai, but some pretty painful losses to Utami Hayashishita, Saki Kashima, and Koguma. So, like, two of those losses were definitely upsets from Koguma and Saki Kashima. So we'll have to see what this final month looks like for Shuri. And then we have Mai Sakurai. Mai Sakurai is 3-4. So she's got a couple of victories over Momokogo, Unagi Sayaka, and Saki Kashima, but took some losses, 4 losses to Koguma, Azumi, Tam Nakano, and Shuri. But she's hanging in there. And then Tam Nakano is 3-1 right now. So she has victories over Koguma, Himeka. Koguma, Himeka, and Mai Sakurai, but a loss to Azumi. So Tam Nakano, who's still my pick to win the 5-star Grand Prix, still is looking good. Even at 3-1, still is looking good. She's only lost once. So we'll see how that goes, but that's still my pick to win the 5-star Grand Prix. Okay, we have 3 ladies with 8 points, which are Koguma, Utami Hayashishita, and Micah. So let's take a look at Micah. Micah started off a little sluggish, but she's picked up the pace quite a bit. Micah is 4-2 with wins over Koguma, Utami Hayashishita, Azumi, and Saki. So those are a couple of big wins for her. But she has lost to Risa Sera and Saki Kashima. But still, Micah has made a really good push lately. Okay, Utami Hayashishita is also 4-2. She has victories over Momokogo, Unagi Sayaka, Shuri, and Risa Sera. So a couple of big wins there. But she has lost to Himeka and Micah. So both members of Donna Del Mundo she's lost to. Strongheart and the Jumbo Princess. Interesting. But Utami still very strong in this tournament. And then we have the high-speed genius, Kokuma. Right now is 4-4. So she has 4 wins over Momokogo, Mai Sakurai, Shuri, and Saki Kashima. But losses to Tam Nakano, Micah, Himeka, and Saki. So dang, she's also lost to Micah and Himeka. Okay. And then the two ladies at the top, both with 5-2 records and both with 10 points apiece, are Izumi and Himeka, the high-speed champ. Let's take a look at Izumi. She is 5-2 with victories over Momokogo, Tam Nakano, Himeka, Mai Sakurai, and Saki, but losses to Micah and Shuri. So technically, she holds the tiebreaker over Himeka because that's one of the ladies that she's beaten. Now looking at the Jumbo Princess, Himeka, she's also 5-2. She's got victories over Koguma, Momokogo, Utami Hayashishita, Saki Kashima, and Risa Sera, but losses to Izumi and Tam Nakano. So technically, Izumi would be at the top since she's beaten Himeka, therefore she has the tiebreaker. But wow, our high-speed champion, Izumi, at the top of the Red Stars. Pretty exciting. Kind of unexpected. Going into this month, Izumi is at the top. But anything can happen. Looking at Izumi's remaining matches, she still has to face Koguma, Utami. That's going to be tough. Unagi Sayaka, Saki Kashima, and Risa Sera. So Izumi's got a tough road in front of her. A really tough road in front of her. Himeka still has to face Micah, Unagi Sayaka, Mai Sakurai, Shuri, and Saki. So she's got a couple of folks in Donna Del Mundo she's still got to wrestle. Dang. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. I mean, and you know, the couple of ladies that still have 8 points and even 6 points, there's still plenty of opportunities to make a final push. So that is the Red Stars block. Let's take a look at the Blue Stars block. Okay, Blue Stars. Going into this final month, the Blue Stars is looking really interesting and kind of a little bit kind of all over the place. So right now we have two ladies at the bottom with 0 points, which are Suzu Suzuki and the future of Stardom champion, Hanan. Ooh, man. Well, at least we know for sure Hanan is definitely mathematically eliminated. Hanan is 0-8. Losses to Mayu Iwatani, Hazuki, Saya Kamatani, Julia, Mirai, Ami Sourei, Momo Watanabe, and Starlight Kid. Ugh. It's just really unfortunate that she's got to go out like that. It's really unfortunate. I hope she has 4 matches left against Saya Ida, Natsupoi, Mina Shirakawa, and Suzu Suzuki. I hope she can win at least one of those matches. Maybe 2, maybe over Saya Ida and Mina Shirakawa. But she's the future Stardom champion. She should not go out winless in this tournament. She shouldn't go out winless. I could see if she wasn't a title holder, but she's a title holder. They come on, Stardom. Come on, don't do her like that. Don't do Hanan like that. She's your future Stardom champion, and she's been defending the belt like crazy and successfully. Don't do her like that this tournament. At least give her 2 wins. At least 2. At least. Come on, Stardom. Don't do Hanan like that. Don't do her like that. And then Suzu Suzuki is 0-3. Right now, losses to Hazuki, Natsupoi, and Mirai. But I do believe that Suzu Suzuki will start winning ASAP. I mean, she's only wrestled 3 matches, so she's still got a lot to wrestle. but I think she is going to start winning. Like ASAP. I think she's going to start winning. I mean, she has 9 matches left, so I mean, she's pretty much got a whole big window to get on a start a streak. So here's hoping. So both of those ladies 0 points. Sitting at 2 points is Saya Ida, who recently finally got a victory in the 5-star Grand Prix. Saya Ida is 1-4. She has the 1 win over Momo Watanabe and losses to Mayu Iwatani, Mina Shirakawa, Julia, and Ami Sourei. Dang. So she can get a win, but Hanan can't get a win? That's crazy. That's crazy. But that's crazy. Okay, we got 2 ladies with 4 points, which are Mina Shirakawa and Starlight Kid. Kind of a surprise here. Let's take a look at Starlight Kid. Starlight Kid is 2-3 with victories over Hanan and Saya Kamatani and losses to Hazuki, Julia, and Momo Watanabe. Dang. But I think she's going to be one that maybe will get on a streak, because I expect Starlight Kid to finish a little strong. And then Mina Shirakawa, 2-2 with victories over Momo Watanabe and Saya Ida, but losses to Hazuki and Mayu Iwatani. So 2-2 right now. She's still got plenty of matches left, though. Okay, we have 2 ladies with 6 points that are both at 3 and 4, which are Natsupoi and Momo Watanabe. Let's take a look at Momo Watanabe. 3 and 4 with victories over Hanan, Natsupoi, and Starlight Kid, but losses to Saya Ida, Saya Kamatani, Mina Shirakawa, and Ami Sourei. And then Natsupoi, who's also 3 and 4, she has victories over Suzu Suzuki, which was a crazy upset, Ami Sourei, and Mirai. Dang, she beat 2 members of God's Eye. Jeez, that's a statement. But losses to Momo Watanabe, Julia, Saya Kamatani, and Hazuki. But I have to say, those are 3 big victories for Natsupoi. She could be a sleeper. I mean, beat both members of God's Eye and beat Suzu Suzuki. Natsupoi might go for a late run. We'll have to see, but she just recently became a Goddess of Stardom tag team champion with Tam Nakano, so they're making her look somewhat strong. So that's good. That's good. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ladies with 8 points, which are Mayu Iwatani, Saya Kamatani, Julia, Mirai, Ami Sourei. So let's take a look at Ami Sourei. Ami Sourei's been kind of on a tear lately. She is 4-2. She has victories over Saya Ida, Hanan, Mirai, and Momo Watanabe, but losses to Mayu Iwatani and Natsupoi. But yeah, she still looks really strong. And same thing with Mirai. Mirai is 4-3. Mirai has victories over Mayu Iwatani, Hanan, Julia, and Suzu Suzuki. So she's got a handful of big victories there. But she 8-3 losses to Hazuki, Natsupoi, and Ami Sourei. Dang, lost to her stablemate. But still, still looking pretty strong in this tournament. Okay, Julia, after starting off 0-2, has made a strong comeback. Julia with 8 points with a record of 4-2. She has victories over Starlight Kid, Natsupoi, Hanan, and Saya Ida, but losses to Hazuki and Mirai. But Julia is kind of on a roll right now, so Julia is looking to make a big final push as well. Let's see. Saya Kamitani, the Golden Phoenix and the current Wonder of Stardom champion. She is 4-1. So looking very strong in this tournament. She has victories over Hazuki, Hanan, Natsupoi, and Momo Watanabe, and one loss to Starlight Kid. And she was the one that ended Hazuki's winning streak, which we'll get into in a moment. But, you know, don't sleep on the Wonder of Stardom champion, the Golden Phoenix, still looking very strong in this tournament. And then we have the icon of Stardom, Mayu Iwatani, who is also 4-1. She has victories over Saya Ida and Hanan and Mina Shirakawa and Ami Sourei, and the one loss was to Mirai. So she's beaten most of her star stablemates, but she still has to face Hazuki. So that's going to be really interesting. But right now, sitting at the top of the Blue Stars is Hazuki at a whopping 14 points at a whopping record of 7-1. Wow. 7-1 Hazuki. She has victories over Hanan, Natsupoi, Mina Shirakawa, Julia, Mirai, Starlight Kid, and Suzu Suzuki. And the one loss was to Saya Kamitani, the Wonder of Stardom champion. But honestly, she's looking like the favorite to win the Blue Stars. She only has 4 matches left. She has 4 matches left, which are against Mayu Iwatani, Saya Ida, Ami Sourei, and Momo Watanabe. So to be honest, I mean, I don't see her losing to Saya Ida. Hey, what's up, VF Numbers? How you doing? I don't see her losing to Saya Ida. She might lose to Mayu Iwatani. Ami Sourei could go either way, I guess. And same thing with Momo Watanabe. So honestly, I could see her beating Saya Ida. The other 3 could go either way. But honestly, unless Hazuki just completely just crumbles, I really don't see her losing out. I really see her making it out of the Blue Stars. Oh, East Coast Throwdown results. Tricky took first. Oh, you got second place. Congratulations. And Griffey Bones took third. Oh, wait. Refresh my memory. Who does Griffey Bones use? Taka, right? Or am I way off? Remind me who Griffey Bones uses. But wow, second place. That's what's up. And of course, you know, Tricky's always going to be tough. Jackie. Oh, wow. I was way off. Jackie for Griffey Bones. Okay, gotcha. That's great, though. That's great. Hope y'all had a blast. Were there a lot of competitors? Hope y'all had a lot of competitors. But I'll have to say that, like I said, unless she... Oh, only 8 or 9 people? Oh, gotcha. Dang. Bummer. Well, main thing is that you had fun. Still fun casuals via. That's good. That's the main thing. Oh, it's in Connecticut? Oh, okay. Right on. That's what's up. I can dig it. But yeah, to be honest, unless she crumples, I think Hazuki will make it out of the Blue Stars block. But those are your results. Those are your current standings for the 5-Star Grand Prix going into this final month. So still plenty of matches left. We'll have to see how it goes. Now, one or two other things about Stardom before we move on. So it has been announced that the first defense of the IWGP Women's Championship will be at Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th, Wrestle Kingdom 17. And that should be great. And then announced for the international bracket side of the tournament for the IWGP Women's Championship, the two competitors going up against each other will be the alpha female, also known as Jazzy Gabert, taking on Ava White. Now, I am not familiar with Ava White, but alpha female has a lot of history in Impact Wrestling and the WWE, also in Stardom. I mean, alpha female is a former World of Stardom champion, so alpha female has a lot of experience in Stardom. All right, VF Numbers, take care, rest up. Hope you have a blessed weekend. Hello, John Elite. How's it going? Is Wrestle Kingdom still 2 nights next year? No. So the January 4th is Wrestle Kingdom. The following night is New Year's Dash. That's how they're doing it. So 1 night for Wrestle Kingdom. The following night is New Year's Dash. But yeah, good question. So I'm not familiar with Ava White. Never even heard of her. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. And the match between these two ladies will take place on October 2nd, night 2 of Royal Quest 2. So that's next month. And then they had a segment on Stardom where they had a representative from each faction draw straws. And the ladies that drew straws that had tips on them, a member of their faction would be represented on the Stardom side of the tournament. And the 4 that drew the red tips are Oedo Tai, Stars, Queen's Quest, and Donna Del Mundo. So 1 representative from those 4 factions will be in the tournament. The thing is, it will be determined who those competitors are based on the results of the 5-Star Grand Prix. And the funny thing is, 5-Star Grand Prix, the finals is on October 1st. And I think it's funny because on October 2nd is night 2 of the Royal Quest 2, where the tournament starts for the international side. Now, the tournament starts for the Stardom side on October 22nd. And then, of course, the finals will be at the historic crossover show, the historic NJPW Stardom show. So we got that. And Rina Yamashita has appeared in Stardom and has seemed to have sided with Julia for now. But yeah, Julia was kind of dealing with an onslaught from Oedo Tai, and Rina Yamashita came in for the save. So quite interesting there. Looks like Julia and maybe Rina Yamashita maybe have some history together. I really don't know the details, but Rina Yamashita has appeared in Stardom. So quite the craziness. We had that appearance. Tomoka Inaba joining God's Eye and getting geared up to finish out the 5-star Grand Prix and getting this IWGP Women's Championship tournament started later. So a lot to look forward to for Stardom. It's exciting. It's really exciting. Okay. So that's it for Stardom. Just a couple of things for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Their Burning Spirit tour starts this weekend. That's going to be lasting from September 2nd to September 25th. So they got a lot of shows for that tour. I wonder if there are going to be any title matches. I haven't heard anything about any title matches. I hope there'll be some title matches. But looking at the schedule, we got Burning Spirit, that series starts. NJPW Strong has Autumn Action coming up. Royal Quest 2. It's that first weekend of October. That's going to be really exciting. They got Declaration of Power in October 10th. Then another series will start in October 14th called Battle Autumn 22. And that goes all the way into November. And then, don't forget, the Rumble on 44th Street got announced, which will be at the Palladium Times Square in New York on October 28th. And that will feature both New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom talent as well. So that's exciting. And then, of course, NJPW Strong New Japan Showdown got announced for October 16th. Got Historic Crossover. That's November 20th. And then, of course, Wrestle Kingdom, January 4th. New Year's Dash, January 5th. So, got a lot to look forward to with New Japan Pro Wrestling. You know, got a couple of tours series started. And, should be great. Should be really great. So let's go into, let's go into WWE first. Let's go into WWE. So a couple of things. I have to say, I was pretty shocked. So before we get into the previews for Worlds Collide and Clash at the Castle, so the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship tournament has concluded. It came down to Io Shirai and Dakota Kai versus Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah. And had the most wacky finish. Not only did Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah win the match, Aaliyah pinned the wrong person because Dakota Kai was not the legal woman. Io Shirai was. But despite that, Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah are your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. all that buildup of Dakota Kai and Io Shirai, and you let a random team of Raquel Rodriguez, who's now a tag team champion for the third time. For the third time. Remember, she's a 2-time NXT Women's Tag Team Champion and now first-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Like, and this is Aaliyah's actual first WWE Championship. John Elite says, that was a bad finish. You can even see Dakota say something to Io. Yeah, she was saying to Io that I wasn't the legal woman. I wasn't the legal woman. That's what she was saying to Io. I read her lips. But yeah, that was what she was saying to Io. It's like, I'm not the legal woman. But not only that, just don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to hate so much on Aaliyah, but it's like, I mean, she does the flip from the turnbuckle. That's cool. But it's like, I don't even know what Aaliyah's finisher is. Like, what is even her finisher? Like, and this pairing with Raquel Rodriguez and her just being all smiles all the time, it's just, that's the, okay, I give kudos in, you know, bringing the titles back, but the big problem is there haven't been any legit women's tag teams getting crowned tag team champions. Like, that's the problem with the women's division, especially the tag team division. It's like, where are the legit tag teams? I mean, yeah, you got Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. That's probably the only legit tag team right now. Toxic Attraction, sure. But it's like, where are the legit tag team champions? Like, back when the titles debuted, I mean, you look at the history of the folks that we had. We had Bayley and Sasha, a legit tag team. We had the Kabuki Warriors, the Iconics. You know, I'll even put Cross and Bliss there. Where are the legit tag teams? Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox, Team Kick. Like, not even Shotzi and Ember Moon were a legit tag team. They just had matching colors. You know? Like, I don't know. John Elite, yeah, you're right. They're all makeshift tag teams. Yeah, you're right. Indy and Candice, could have been a better pairing, but I mean, I guess that counts. But there haven't really been a lot of legit women's tag teams. Shayna and Nia, let's not get started there. I don't care if they were 2-time tag champs. They were not a legit tag team. Let's just keep it real. The Sky Pirates, Kyrie and Io. They were undefeated as a tag team in NXT. Those are legit tag teams. So I mean, kudos on bringing the belts back. That's fine and all. But I think, like, it really would have helped. Like, yeah, John Elite, the Kabuki Warriors as well. The Kabuki Warriors as well. There really never should have been 2 women's tag team titles. When they split it into WWE and NXT, that's when it went. They should have just kept the one set of women's tag team championships and have them defended on each brand like the original plan was. And the sad thing is, I think we've only seen those exact tag titles defended maybe, twice on NXT, which I believe were the Kabuki Warriors made a defense, and I believe Shayna and Nia made a defense. I think those were the only 2 defenses on NXT of those titles. The Iconics, yes, the Iconics inspiration. That is true. But yeah, like if I were to name at least 5 that I felt like are legit tag teams that have been tag champs, Bailey and Sasha, Kabuki Warriors, Bliss and Cross, the Iconics, and I mean, well, I guess probably just 4, and then the 2 legit for NXT or Caden Carter and Katana Chance and Toxic Attraction. I mean, as much as I love both of them, let's keep it real. Io Shirai and Zoe Stark weren't really a legit tag team. Let's just keep it real. They weren't really a legit tag team. So that's my whole thing. That's my whole thing with that. But I don't know. I think they really should have just kept it to 1 set of belts. But I'm hoping, despite Io and Dakota losing, I'm hoping they'll redeem themselves at Clash at the Castle, which we'll get to in a bit. Shoot. Riddle dropping F-bombs on Raw. Riddle and Seth Rollins, which apparently they got Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. They got their names back. Austin Theory got his name back. So I just noticed that. Kurt Angle made an appearance. That was cool. Alexa shoved her opponent's face into Asuka's butt. That was a pretty funny spot. NXT was pretty interesting. NXT was very interesting. You had a couple of special appearances. I mean, you had Ciampa, you had Finn Balor. They were hyping up Braun Breaker. You had those 2. You had, we saw an appearance from Pete Dunne for Tyler Bate, Fit Finley, Gunther, John Ali says, I like that promo between Matt and Seth. Gave me some UFC vibes, specifically with Jones and Cormier. Yeah, that's actually a good comparison. That's a good comparison, John Ali. I like that. That's a good comparison. Right on. But yeah, I can't wait for them to go to war at Clash at the Castle. It should be good. It should be really good. For the ladies, had Kaylee Ray appear for Mako Satomura. We had Rhea Ripley appear for Blair Davenport. We had Shayna Baszler appear for Mandy Rose. So a lot of special appearances. Caden and Chance got challenged by Nikki Ash and Doudrop for the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. Carmelo Hayes now has a challenger for the North American title in the form of the one and only Ricochet. Rhea and Shayna, yeah, those were good segments. For some dumb reason, I thought Finn was going to recruit Braun when he showed up. Maybe a seed could be planted for later, just based off the interaction. You never know. I won't put that 100% out of the question, but hey, you never know. But sooner or later, this whole diamond mine with Roderick Strong's are going to implode. It's only a matter of time before that implodes. It was good to see Zoe Stark in action. Andre Chase got a victory over Charlie Dempsey. That was kind of a shocker. I did not expect that. And Gallus, of course, beat Diamond Mine. But while we're on it, nothing really interesting happened on SmackDown. I mean, Drew took out the Bloodline in its entirety. Pete Dunne had his old gear on, so that was cool. Shinsuke beat Happy Corbin. Hit Row took it to the Maximum Male Models, which, oh my goodness, I was so happy to see that. Bump the Maximum Male Models. That's such a stupid gimmick. But aside from that, not a whole lot of special happened on SmackDown. It was kind of a go home show. But that's just me. That's just me. But anyway, let's get to some predictions, shall we? John Elite says, I hope Butch in the singles tonight is a step towards Pete Dunne coming back. Dude, I hope so too. I really, really do. Because that Butch gimmick is trash. That whole Brawling Brutes, I don't like it. Okay, let's get into some predictions. Let's start with NXT Worlds Collide. Of course, this past Thursday, they had the final episode of NXT UK, which was, the finals of the tournament, which Tyler Bate won, and the fatal four-way elimination match for the number one contender for the women's title, which Blair Davenport won. So, NXT Worlds Collide. This will be Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Let's look at the card. Alrighty. We have the NXT Women's Tag Team titles on the line as the champs, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, will defend against Nikki ASH and Doudrop. Now, while I understand, them bringing in Nikki ASH and Doudrop, both being from Scotland, to represent the UK side for this premium live event, I do expect Kaden Carter and Katana Chance to pick up the victory. I was really, really happy to see them finally win the titles, but they got to go on a good run. They deserve a good long run with those titles. They've been well overdue. So I'm picking Katana Chance and Kaden Carter to retain. John Ali says, not going to lie, Katana Chance sounds like a character out of Mortal Kombat. I don't know whose idea it was to give her that name, but definitely wasn't a name that I expected. Is definitely way out of left field compared to Casey Catanzaro. But that's just me. It is definitely quite out there. So, North American Championship on the line. Ricochet challenges the current champion Carmelo Hayes. Honestly, I really hope there is as little interference as possible. These two are very gifted athletes, and I really don't want Trick Williams interfering. These two are high flyers. These two are great in the ring. I want to see these two go at it without any interference. So if there's just some way, somehow, Trick Williams in the midst of the match gets ejected, I would love that. I really want to see these two brothers go at it. Like just one-on-one, see who's the best. This is a great challenge for Carmelo Hayes. A really great challenge. And, you know, I love Ricochet. You know, I've seen him in action before, met him live for the first time via Dragon Gate USA. So I do believe that Carmelo Hayes will retain. And I hope that it goes on par to be potentially a candidate for match of the card. Ricochet and Carmelo Hayes, I think it has a lot of potential. I do believe Carmelo will retain, but I expect it to be a high-octane, incredible, high-flying match. So hopefully they do it right and no interference from Trick Williams. Bump Trick Williams. We don't need that. This is like the one match we don't need interference for. So please, no interference. Okay. Next up, we have a crazy, wild, fatal four-way elimination tag team unification match. Whoo, man. This is going to be crazy. So we have the challengers of Pretty Deadly, Gallus in the form of Mark Coffey and Wolfgang, the NXT Tag Team Champion Creed Brothers, and the NXT UK Tag Team Champions Briggs and Jensen. This is tough. A big part of me wants to say the Creed Brothers takes it all, but the whole thing with Roderick Strong like screwing up Diamond Mine and being the sneaky snake that he is. I really want to say the Creed Brothers. I think they should be the ones to go and represent. I definitely do not want Pretty Deadly to win. Definitely do not want Pretty Deadly to win. I mean, realistically, I'm okay with the other three teams. If it comes down to that, I'm okay with the other three teams. But if I had to pick one, I'm going to go Creed Brothers. So I think they end up pulling off the victory. Okay. Next up, we got one that I'm looking forward to the most out of this whole card, which this card, you know, has some strong matches. The triple threat title unification match for the ladies. We have Blair Davenport versus NXT UK Women's Champion, the final boss, Meiko Satomura, versus the current NXT Women's Champion, Mandy Rose. I'm going to just go ahead and say this. There will be many that disagree. So be it. Mandy Rose has no business winning this match. Not over the likes of Blair Davenport and Meiko Satomura. Especially not clean. But let's keep it real. Mandy Rose has no business winning this match. So I'm predicting either Meiko Satomura or Blair Davenport. I'm okay with either of those two winning. Mandy Rose has no business winning this match. Honestly, even with all the interference in the world, Mandy Rose has no business winning this match. I mean, I don't even think she's been able to win a title defense on her own yet. Maybe one, but going up against the likes of Blair Davenport, aka B. Priestley, and the final boss, Mako Satomura, I will be shocked. I will be shocked, and not in a good way, if Mandy Rose wins this match and becomes the unified champ. Because I'm sorry, she has no business winning this match. I'm not going to say that she hasn't gotten a little bit better in the ring since coming to NXT, but she is nowhere near on the level of Blair Davenport and Mako Satomura. There's no comparison. Period. End of story. Just telling it like it is. And then the main event, the title unification match between NXT champion Braun Breaker and NXT United Kingdom champion Tyler Bate. John Elite says, B. Priestley to unify the titles and Toxic Attraction gets called up. I am totally okay with that. I like her and Mako Satomura. So hey, pick either one. I'm cool with. I like them both. So hey, I like that idea, John Elite. Honestly, B was who I originally picked to be the one to dethrone Mako. If it wasn't for her getting hurt, she probably would have been the one to dethrone Mako on NXT UK. So, hey, I am totally okay with B winning this match. Braun Breaker versus Tyler Bate. Now, I've been hearing a lot of people say that if Braun Breaker wins this match, it'll be blasphemy to Tyler Bate. Look, I'm a Tyler Bate fan as well. Tyler Bate is a beast. But I would not be surprised if they pull the trigger and put Braun Breaker over. I mean, just to keep it real, I understand why people may feel that way. But, Braun Breaker, two-time NXT champion. That's funny. He's two-time NXT champion. Tyler Bate, two-time NXT UK champion. This is too perfect of a scenario. But, I mean, to be honest, I like them both. I do like them both. And it's safe to say that, regardless of who wins, they're going to, they're here to stay on NXT 2.0. So, I mean, I'll be rooting for Tyler Bate, but honestly, I won't be mad if Braun Breaker wins. No, I won't be mad if he wins. No, I won't be mad. But I'm going to go for Tyler Bate to win. But I hope it'll be a slobber knocker between the two. I really do. Because I like them both. I do like them both. But yeah, that is your Worlds Collide card. Just a heads up, I'm going to be at a baby shower this Sunday. So I plan on watching this Monday because, Labor Day. So I probably won't do my review video until Monday. So just mental note on that. John Elite says Caden and Katana and Mello retain. Gallus and Braun unify the tag titles. Oh, so you're picking you're picking Gallus to win. Okay. And Braun Breaker. Okay. Ooh, and you're picking big strong boy Tyler Bate gets caught. Ooh. Triple H does like Tyler Bate. John Elite, you have something there, my friend. You have something there. Triple H does like Tyler Bate. So, And Tyler Bate has been booked very well in his NXT UK career and such. He's won the NXT Tag Team Championships and the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. 2-time NXT UK champion. Former Heritage Cup champ. I mean, it kind of makes sense when you think about it. You could probably have some really amazing feuds on the main roster. Oh, man. He could have some sick feuds on the main roster. Shoot. Tyler Bate versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, man. Oh, that's main event worthy. Shinsuke versus Tyler Bate? Oh, shoot. I'd pay money to see that. Shoot. Man. That would be one heck of a match. Really one heck of a match. I would love to see that. I would totally love to see that. You know, Tyler Bate versus Finn Balor, that's true. I'd be all over that. I'd be all over that. He could put on another TakeOver Cardiff rematch and face Gunther. Went 45 minutes toe-to-toe with Gunther. Woo! You got me all up in the feels. Let me get back on topic. But yeah, that's your Worlds Collide card. Like I said, not a lot of matches, but I assume each match will have a good amount of time to them. Here's hoping we'll have a good amount of time to them. But it's not a whole lot of matches. It's 1, 2, 3. It's only 5 matches. Only 5 matches, but I hope they get plenty of time. Okay, that is your Worlds Collide card. Let's move on to Clash at the Castle. Clash at the Castle will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. So September 3rd, 1 p.m. Eastern on Peacock in Cardiff, Wales. Same place that they had one of my favorite takeovers, NXT UK Takeover Cardiff. Okay, let's look at the card. Now this card only has 6 matches. So 6 matches. So let's take a look. First off, we have a tag team match. We have Edge and Rey Mysterio taking on Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Now, personally, I think what's going to end up happening, I think this right here is where Dominic does the turn, joins Judgment Day, and helps them defeat Edge and Rey Mysterio. So I'm picking Judgment Day to win. And I think this is where Dominic Mysterio returns on his family. I think he turns heel against his father, joins Judgment Day. That's my prediction. So Judgment Day for the win at Clash at the Castle. Yep, John and Lee, I'm right there with you. Judgment Day. Dom costs Ray and Edge the match. In 100% agreement with you. Next up, we have Matt Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins. To be honest, I'm going to pull for Matt Riddle, but I feel like some way, somehow, I feel like Seth needs this victory because I feel like the last handful of pay-per-views, he's maybe won like one of them because a lot of them he lost to Cody. So I don't know. Something tells me Seth needs this victory more than Riddle, but I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'll pull for Matt Riddle, but I'm okay with either outcome, to be honest with you. I just hope these two have a banger of a match. If anything, that they have a banger of a match. Pardon me. But I don't know. Like, I know we should get a great wrestling match between these two, but I have to say, John Elite says either a no contest or a DQ rematch at Extreme Rules in a fight pit. Interesting. I definitely agree in that this won't be settled here at Clash at the Castle. I do agree with you there. So, maybe a DQ finish is proper, but I just can't wait to see these two just tear each other apart and let loose. And I hope they give them plenty of time to let loose. Okay, next up, we have the Trio Showdown. Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair teams with Alexa Bliss and Asuka to take on Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai get the victory. I'm picking those three to get the victory. They didn't end up winning the women's tag team titles, so I think this is where they get revenge and get the victory at Clash at the Castle. John Elise says, glad to see Riddle with his Matt back. Oh, yeah. They did show his name, full name, Matt Riddle. That is back. And John Elite is also picking Bayley, Io, and Dakota. Yep. I agree. This is where they get some payback and pick up a victory after pretty much Bianca, chased away Bayley, which was kind of a distraction, and that whole nasty, bad fiasco finish leading to Raquel and Aaliyah becoming tag champs. But yes, I agree. Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Shirai pick up the victory. Okay, we have the Intercontinental Championship on the line. We have the champion Gunther defending against Sheamus. Now, I'm very curious. I don't think these two have really faced much of each other before, or maybe even outside of WWE, but I'm very intrigued by this matchup. Very intrigued. More than I thought I would be. Now, I do believe Gunther will retain the title, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of a fight Sheamus puts up against the Ring General. But I'm picking Gunther to retain. Okay, we have the SmackDown Women's Championship match. The champion, Liv Morgan, defends against the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. Whoo, man. No, John Elite. Walter's okay. Walter is very much acceptable and the better name. So Um, both of them have welts on their bodies. Indeed, they do. Indeed, they do. But yeah, trust me, Walter's definitely a better name. So do feel free to call Walter if you'd like. It is 100% acceptable. Oh man. On paper, Shayna should win this on paper, but it's probably going to be some sort of weird finish. I don't know. Like, something tells me it's going to be some sort of finish where Shayna's either going to go overboard and get herself disqualified or try to do too much and Liv takes advantage and gets a roll up. But as much as it would make sense for Shayna to win, I do believe Liv Morgan will retain in a wonky finish. Probably some sort of, she takes advantage of a miscue, gets a roll up on Shayna. Because we have to remember, while the Vince McMahon era was here, Shayna was getting rolled up from left and right and up and down and all around the corner. But now that Triple H is in charge, we're starting to see traces of dominant NXT Shayna Baszler. The same Shayna Baszler that was the first two-time NXT Women's Champion. John Elite says, I want to go for Shayna badly, but something's telling me Liv's going to retain. And honestly, that's probably what's going to happen. I mean, they just, after her match with Ronda Rousey, I'm just not convinced that she can beat Shayna clean. Because, I mean, both have the same backgrounds. Both have UFC backgrounds. So, John Lee says, what if Ronda costs Liv the match? Well, I mean, her and Shayna do go way back. So, I mean, but then you have the thing of Liv losing on her second defense, I believe. Then, it comes at the cost of Liv's incredibly short title reign. Because after all, Liv did win that title via Money in the Bank. And, before that, she won the Money in the Bank. So, I mean, it's like, yay, if Shayna does win, because at least you have a believable champion. But it's like, also bad she wins quick exit for Liv Morgan, which there was a lot of stock and a lot of buildup originally for Liv Morgan. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Now, personally, if it was up to me, I'm totally all for Shayna winning, but I just feel like they got to keep Liv on this Cinderella story, weakling, but finds a way to win type of storyline, type of run for her. Also, isn't Liv gonna be in a movie or something? Wait, what? That's interesting. I don't know. If she is, I don't know anything about it. If she is. Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, if she does, great. But no, I haven't heard anything about that. But we'll see. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. And then the main event, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. As the champion for 2 years, the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, defends against Drew McIntyre. So, Roman has hit the 2-year mark. Over 20-something title defenses. There's also been talks that supposedly this pay-per-view is to surpass WrestleMania, or at least this year's WrestleMania. Do they pull the trigger and Drew McIntyre wins? Honestly, I think he's going to put up an incredible fight. But I still think Roman Reigns retains. And the reason why I say Roman Reigns retains, because honestly, I don't see any chance of Roman Reigns losing the title until the Usos lose their titles. Now, the Usos have been champs for like 400 plus days, but I strongly feel like Roman won't finally be dethroned until after the Usos get dethroned. Because I feel like the fall of the bloodline should start through the Usos and not immediately through Roman Reigns. So I'm going to say Roman Reigns retains, because I just feel like that's the right way to go about it. Now, I know that, a lot of people are getting sick and tired of Roman Reigns. I get it. But I just feel like the downfall of the bloodline has to start through the Usos. I think the Usos losing their titles, which probably Sami Zayn may play a role in the beginning of that happening. I mean, already one of the Usos doesn't like Sami Zayn. The other one is, tolerating him. So, I mean, I really feel like it might start through Sami Zayn, trickle into the Usos, and then trickle in to Roman Reigns. We'll see. But I'm going to say Roman Reigns retains and continues his streak. But yeah, that is your Clash at the Castle card. Like I said, only 6 matches, so not a whole lot. So I assume this is going to get a decent amount of time for each match. Ooh, John Elite has a counter. All right. John Elite says, I'm going to go with Drew. Something about the video package they showed a few weeks ago makes me think they're going to finally pull the trigger on ending Roman's reign. And apparently, not only that, word is that there's been some teasing that Drew McIntyre may go back to using the Broken Dreams theme, which was an excellent theme. But I don't know. Like, that would just look really weird. Like, going forward, the bloodline, Usos still have titles, Roman doesn't have a title. That's gonna look so weird though. Like, because I'm under the assumption that both of those belts are on the line. So that would, I mean, if Drew wins, great. I love Drew McIntyre, but it would just look so weird. Roman get dethroned, and only the Usos have titles in the bloodline. That would just look so weird. But the crazy of the crazy have happened before, and with them being at Clash at the Castle, I mean, which this is supposed to be like sold out, big crowd, surpass WrestleMania. Does Austin Theory attempt the cash in here? Honestly, if that happens and it's a success, then that'll be the biggest stinker. That'll be the biggest stinker ever. If he actually attempts to cash in and it's a success, that'll be the biggest botch. I'm sorry, but and the thing is, I like Austin Theory, but with the record that he's had since winning that Money in the Bank, he is not worthy of holding the highest title in WWE. So if he does attempt to cash in, I think it fails. I'm sorry. That dude has more losses, way more losses than victories since getting that briefcase. He is not worthy to hold those titles. So could the cash in happen? You're right, it could happen. But I think if he does try, I think it fails. Especially trying to do it against the likes of Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. Yeah, I could see it failing. I could see it fail. Because honestly, that'll be an even bigger botch than Liv Morgan with her cash in on Ronda. That'll be even worse. But that's the consequence. That's the disadvantage when being the Money in the Bank holder, and that's the only way that you can win a title, the cheapest way you can win a title. So I just feel like for that one, I feel like it should fail. But we'll see. We shall see. Okay. So that is your Clash at the Castle card. Now let's look into AEW's All Out, which, whoo, man. AEW All Out will consist of 15 matches. Yeah, 15 matches. Woo wee. 15 matches. Now, before I get into this card, so a couple of things came up. One, the word is that Bobby Fish, one half of Red Dragon, contract with AEW has expired with no plans of renewal, and that he is a free agent. He has a lot of love and respect for Triple H, but Bobby Fish, he's getting up there in age. I believe he's 46 now, and he's kind of had some bad injury history. So I don't know. I don't know what's next for Bobby Fish. Perhaps Triple H may get him back in the WWE. I don't know, like as, main roster or NXT or whatnot. Maybe he gets paired back up with Roderick Strong. I don't know. But I am concerned for Bobby Fish, though, like health-wise. I mean, I'm a big fan. I love Red Dragon. Red Dragon's my third favorite tag team of all time. And then, what makes matters worse, Kyle O'Reilly is getting neck fusion surgery. So Kyle O'Reilly is going to be out, which means no AEW tag team title run for Red Dragon. Now, both Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly signed long-term deals, but Kyle O'Reilly's out indefinitely getting the neck surgery. And Bobby Fish, he's a free agent. And I know tons and tons of fans really wanted to see the Elite versus the Undisputed Elite, or, versus the Undisputed Era. A lot of folks wanted to see that happen. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, Adam Cole and Red Dragon. It would have been so perfect. John Elite says, perhaps a return to the WWE or probably hanging up the boots already. I was thinking either that or perhaps maybe a coach. Maybe a performance center coach. I mean, Santana Garrett just became a WWE performance center coach. And Santana Garrett, a lot of experience, the Wonder Woman of professional wrestling. So maybe that's something Bobby Fish may do. I don't know. But he loves Triple H. So honestly, I think Triple H may campaign to bring back Bobby Fish in some sort of capacity, whether it's to wrestle, to train, or like you said, John Lee, he might retire. I mean, Bobby Fish, like I said, I believe he's 46. You just get confirmation on that. Oh, 45. He turns 46. Oh, this October. So he turns 46 this October. He's currently 45. John Elite says Undisputed Elite versus the Elite would have been a great match. Oh, dude, that would have been main event worthy. And, Aussie Open and, Osprey, United Empire, they've been tearing it up as a trio lately. So you can imagine that Undisputed Elite and the Elite would have been main event worthy as well. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I love Red Dragon. They're one of my favorites. And it's sad because I was pumped for them when they came to AEW. I bought their AEW t-shirt. And I bought their individual AEW t-shirts as well. Big Red Dragon fan. So, and Kyle and Bobby, they're like this. They're longtime friends. Multiple time tag team champions. I mean, an ROH and NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like, it's just, Red Dragon versus the Time Splitters. One of my favorite rivalries between those teams. So, yeah. And then the other bit of news. So the word is that Malachi Black requested his release due to personal reasons and dealing with mental health issues. But supposedly things got smoothed over and therefore he's able to stay or whatnot. I mean, I don't know how much of that is true, but I heard that the request and for that reason was true. So it's a bummer to hear that. I've met Malachi Black before. Really, really chill dude. Really chill dude. Has an amazing wife in Thea Trinidad, a.k.a. Zelina Vega, which I'm still wondering when she's going to return and wrestle for WWE because she's still employed by WWE. But I hope, if that's the case, I hope that Malachi Black will get, whatever necessary help he needs. It looks like he's still on the card for All Out, so at least there's that. But, if he's going through something, I hope he gets the help he needs, and I hope he'll be okay, because I love the guy. I've met him. He's a great person. Really cool to chill with. And he's a nerd. He's a nerd. Him and Zelina Vega are nerds. So they're a great fit for each other. So, my best wishes and prayers for Malachi Black. I hope, gets whatever he needs. Okay. Let's get into the card for All Out. So, we got a couple of pre-show matches, which I believe are deemed 0 hour, All Out 0 hour. So, if I'm reading this correctly, we have four pre-show matches. We have the rematch between Eddie Kingston and Tomohiro Ishii. The last time they fought each other was on a NJPW Strong show. I forgot what the name of the show was. I think it was Capital Collision. Where they had a hard-hitting, hard-fought battle, and Tomohiro Ishii did squeak away with the victory. So they're going to have the rematch at All Out. And you know what? I'm picking the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, to get the victory and beat Tomohiro Ishii, the Stone Pitbull. Okay, it was Capital Collision. That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for confirming, John Elite. So I'm gonna pick Eddie Kingston to win the rubber match. I think, or the rematch. So picking Eddie Kingston to win. We have the AEW All Atlantic Championship on the line. Oh, you're picking Eddie Kingston as well? Nice. So the AEW All Atlantic Championship on the line as the champion, Pac, defends against the returning Kip Sabian. While I'm finally glad to see Kip Sabian back, I don't see him winning. So I'm going to pick Pac to retain. But it'll be so good to see Kip Sabian back in the ring. It's been a long time. So good to see him back, but I'm picking Pac to retain. We have the FTW Championship on the line as the champion Hook, Send Hook, taking on Angelo Parker from the Jericho Appreciation Society. I mean, this is a pretty easy one. Hook retains over Angelo Parker. Oh, John Elite's also picking Pac and Hook. Right there with you. And then we have the AAA mixed tag team titles, which was just announced on Rampage. So Ty Mello and Sammy Guevara will defend those titles against Ruby Soho and Ortiz. Ruby Soho and Ortiz picked up the victory on Rampage tonight. So pretty much they're 1-1 against each other. So let's put the titles on the line. So they will get a title shot. But honestly, I think Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello retain as well. I think they retain as well. I really can't see Ruby Soho and Ortiz winning. You know, they just it's a weird pairing. So I think Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello retain. Okay. Sammy and Tay? Yep. Agreed. Okay, so let's get into the main card. We got ourselves a singles match. The American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus Lionheart Chris Jericho. Whoo, man. Oh man, this is tough. This is tough. Because of course I like both. Oh man. But you know what? I think this is where Daniel Garcia makes his decision and sides with the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Therefore, I think Bryan Danielson ends up winning and just snuffing Chris Jericho. Oh, John Elite, you're picking American Dragon as well? Yeah, I think this is where Daniel Garcia makes his decision and he joins the Blackpool Combat Club. Yeah. I think that's going to happen. And the interesting thing is he's got an upcoming title shot Pure Championship against Wheeler Yuta. That's another thing. I think next week, if I remember correctly. Okay, we have the Fatal 4-Way for the interim AEW Women's World Championship. Now, of course, Thunder Rosa is still the main AEW Women's Champion. She is out due to injury, but they didn't have her vacate the title. So there's going to be an interim Women's Champion decided in this Fatal 4-Way, which the competitors are Toni Storm, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida. Now, of course, Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida are former champions. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm going to be cheering for Hikaru Shida. But you know something? I really believe that either Toni Storm or Jamie Hayter will win. I really don't see. I want to say, Shida would be nice, but I don't think Shida will get it. And Britt Baker, we don't need another title run from Britt Baker right now. John Elite's going with Toni Storm. To be honest, I'll be okay with either Toni Storm or Jamie Hayter. I'll be okay with either of those two. But hey, Toni Storm, I can dig it. It also makes me wonder, if the relationship between Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker gets through this match. Perhaps, but we shall see. And now that I think about it, if Jamie Hayter wins, that would be pretty big if Jamie Hayter wins, because that definitely means her and Britt Baker. So Jamie Hayter winning could happen. But we'll see. We will see. Sorry about that. Okay, we have a 6-man tag team match. We got the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, taking on Darby Allin, Sting, and Miro. Whew. Darby Allin, Sting, and Miro. Here's the thing. Sting hasn't really lost, if any, matches in his AEW career so far. So, this is a tough one, because John Elite says House of Black. I would like House of Black to win, but like I said, Sting rarely loses, if he's even lost at all, on AEW. And if I remember correctly, I don't think he has lost a match in AEW. So but who knows? Maybe with what's going on with Malachi Black, maybe this will be a big incentive if he wins at All Out. Yeah, that now that I think about it, I'm gonna say House of Black. I'm gonna say House of Black, but this is a tough one. This is a really tough one. Okay, we have the AEW TBS Championship on the line as Jade Cargill defends the title against Athena. Please, Athena, get this victory. I am getting so sick and tired of Jade Cargill. Getting so sick of Jade Cargill. So hopefully Athena pulls it off. I want Athena to pull it off so badly. I really, really do. I'm so sick of Jade Cargill. Shoot, she's even dissing her own baddies. She's dissing her own baddies, for crying out loud. So it's like, anyways. Oh, John Elite's going for Athena as well. Yeah, I really hope she pulls it off. I really do. Okay, next up we have a singles match. Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy. Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy. I'm trying to think who has the momentum. Jungle Boy has the momentum right now, I would think. This is tough because part of me is thinking Christian Cage gets the victory, but Jungle Boy gets the last laugh. I'm going to say Christian Cage gets the victory, but Jungle Boy gets the last laugh, if that makes any sense. Because I feel like Jungle Boy has kind of had the momentum lately. So that's why I'm picking Christian Cage. But I think Jungle Boy will have the last laugh. Okay. Next up, we have the 6-man tag team match. We have Wardlow and FTR, pretty much the pinnacle. John Elite says Jungle Boy via DQ. That actually could happen as well. That could happen as well. I didn't think about that. That could happen as well. Could be a DQ finish. I mean, it is a regular match. It's no specific stipulation, so that could happen as well. Good point, John Elite. Good point. 6-man tag team match. Wardlow and FTR taking on Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. Now, because this isn't a title match of any sort, and because there's been a lot of hype and a lot of demand for FTR versus the Motor City Machine Guns, a match that has never happened before, I think they start to set up for them to eventually have a tag title match, whether it's for the ROH titles or for the IWGP titles, whichever. So I'm going to pick Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns win this trios match, which I think one of FTR eats the pin. I don't see Wardlow taking the pin. But I think they got to start booking and setting this up for an FTR Motor City Machine Guns future title match. I think this is the starting point. So I'm going to pick Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns to win this trios match. We got the Casino ladder match. It will involve Claudio Castagnoli, the ROH World Champion. John Elite's picking Jay and Motor City Machine Guns. Yeah, I see you. Casino ladder match. Claudio Castagnoli, the current ROH World Champion. Wheeler Yuta, the current ROH Pure Champion. Penta and Rey Fenix, so both Lucha Bros are in this match. Rush, Andrade El Idolo, Dante Martin, and there will be a Joker. And word is that possibly the Joker may be a returning Adam Cole, which would not surprise me at all. And to be honest, if Adam Cole is indeed the Joker, I could see him winning this Casino ladder match. But I don't think Claudio wins. I don't think Wheeler Yuta wins. I don't think Rey Fenix or Penta or Dante Martin. Rush and Andrade, possibly, but I really think if Adam Cole is the Joker, I think Adam Cole's going to win it. I really do. John Elite's picking the Joker as well. And not only that, this is also supposed to be the pay-per-view that Tony Khan claims will shaken things up and will have a show that just blows everything else out of the water. So who knows? Maybe the Joker is an even bigger surprise. We'll see. But I'm thinking the Joker's going to be Adam Cole. Okay. We have the AEW World Tag Team titles on the line as Swerve and Our Glory, the tag team champions, Keith Lee, Swerve Strickland, defend against the Acclaimed. We're going to really see how far the Acclaimed have come. They have picked up a lot of wins, especially on Dark and Dark Elevation. But we're about to really see how far the Acclaimed have come. But I don't see them winning. I think Swerve and Our Glory will retain because I think they should have a nice, decent run. Ooh, John Elite's picking the Acclaimed. Okay. You think it's time? You think it's finally time? Okay. Would be interesting. Hey, Jesse, welcome to the stream. Says, I'm looking forward to Rina Yamashita's upcoming Stardom excursion. Yeah, I did get a chance to see the clips of how that went down. It's very interesting. Rina Yamashita, and then it's going to be doing, I guess, an angle with Julia. So, yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Rina Yamashita has been quite busy. I know she's been doing a handful of shows also in the States as well. So Rina Yamashita has been very busy. And now showing up in Stardom, hey, I look forward to it. I mean, it's been pretty crazy with Stardom. I mean, with that happening, Tomoka Inaba joining God's Eye, the 5-star Grand Prix. They're prepping for the IWGP Women's Championship tournament. So quite a lot to look forward to in Stardom. Indeed. It's exciting. But I'm going with Swerve and Our Glory. John Elite's picking the Acclaim. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if the Acclaim won. I mean, they've been very well over. Even when they were heels, they've been very well over, especially with the fans. So the Acclaim winning wouldn't be a bad thing. Okay, we got ourselves a singles match. We got Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse. I think Ricky Starks gets the victory. I mean, ever since the turn of Powerhouse on Ricky Starks, Powerhouse has kind of had the upper hand. So you know what? I'm going to say Ricky Starks picks up this victory, this much needed victory. So I think he beats Powerhouse Hobbs. I don't know if he'll be able to hit him with the Rochambeau, but I think he'll get the victory over Powerhouse Hobbs. John Elite's also picking Starks. Yeah, indeed. Jesse, while you're on here, so the representatives for the Stardom side of the tournament will be from Oedo Tai, Queen's Quest Stars, and Donna Del Mundo. Who do you think ends up being those competitors, and who would you like to see win the first ever IWGP Women's Championship? Let's continue on with the finals of the AEW World Trios Championships. Wait, Julia? Really? You want Julia to win? Really? Well, Well, it has been a while since she's won a singles championship. I think from what I've been hearing, a lot of folks aren't a big fan of the idea of Julia because she's and this is minor. This is minor to me personally, but there are some folks that wouldn't pick Julia to be the first IWGP Women's Champion because she's only what is she, half Italian? Like half Italian or something like that. Not like a full-on Japanese or something like that. Like British-born Italian Japanese, something like that. Which I think is minor. Personally, I think it's minor, but I don't know. When you I've been a fan since Ice Ribbon. Oh, you're a big fan of Julia. I see. I mean, okay, half Italian. Oh, okay, I was right. Okay. I can see her competing overseas. Now that's also a fair point too, because she speaks English too as well. So I mean, that does make sense. I mean, I know a lot of folks were thinking Utami. Which I mean, so pretty much the two names I've been hearing the most are Utami and Starlight Kid. Utami and Starlight Kid being the first champions, and being that Oedo Tai is one of the factions. I mean, Starlight Kid winning, that would be ginormous for her. Mayu deserves it too. The only thing with Mayu is she's the current SWA champion. That's the only reason why I wouldn't consider her. That's literally the only. If she did not have that SWA title, I'd be 100% all for Mayu being the first. But because she's SWA champion, I can't see her being the one. I just can't see it. But we'll see. I mean, Mayu, the icon of Stardom. I mean, the icon of Stardom is a big deal. The SWA curse continues. I mean, I do expect her, like, whether she has that IWGP Women's title or not, I expect to see a lot more Mayu competing overseas. I expect to see her competing a lot overseas because she has that title. It's just a matter of time before she gets a visa or whichever. And I think we're going to see a lot of Mayu overseas. So don't sleep on it. Okay. Mayu back at ROH. They don't have a deal set yet. So maybe not necessarily an ROH, maybe Impact or AEW, maybe even DPW. I could see that happening. But ROH, not until they have a deal. Not until they have some sort of like TV or whatever deal set. Then maybe perhaps. But I was thinking maybe Impact or AEW or DPW, maybe a bunch of and with NJPW Strong also can, perhaps having Stardom talent as well. We could see her on NJPW Strong. So there's that. And there's even talks. Shoot, Kevin Kelly even talked about how big it would be if Stardom were to get a US TV deal. If Stardom were to get a US TV deal, woo-wee, that would be huge for them. That would be really huge for them. If Stardom got a US TV deal, shoot. Because they already talked about wanting to get more exposure overseas. Just imagine if Stardom got a US TV deal. John Elite says, looking forward to how the ROH weekly shows will look like once they have a deal. Well, here's the thing. If they were to get a deal, what time slot could they fit it in? That's the thing. Because other than maybe Saturdays at 5 p.m. like they did before or whatnot, I don't see a good time slot for a weekly ROH show. So that's my only question with that. But here, let's finish up. And then we'll continue. AEW World's Trios Championships Finals. The Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and John Silver, and Hangman Adam Page. This, I'm kind of at a crossroads with, because I have mixed feelings. Because honestly, my original pick was for House of Black to be the first champions. And I know a lot of people are like, the Elite doesn't need those titles. And the Dark Order have never won any championships, y'all. So maybe the Dark Order winning isn't that bad of an idea. Because they've never won any championships. And as cool as it would be for the Elite to win, which I'm not against, when you think about it, the Dark Order have never won any championships. Hey, Rally Sport, good to see you. Hi, Blitz, what's up? Looking forward to Clash at the Castle. Early for me. Oh, you're in England. Oh, nice. Yeah, should be good. Should be really good. I'm gonna catch the archive later tomorrow evening. And then I'll do my video on it. John Elite is picking the Elite. Well, I'm gonna stay neutral with this one, because while I can understand the Elite winning and becoming the AEW World Trios champions, I could also see the Dark Order and Hangman winning, mainly because the Dark Order have yet to win any titles in AEW. So I could see either or happening personally. And then we have the main event. We got the main event. Singles match for the AEW World Championship. The champ, Jon Moxley, defending against CM Punk. Sig Whiskey, welcome to the stream. This match will be the second time that you see Adam Cole. Dark Order wins by interference. Ooh. Dark Order wins by interference. Okay. Interferes. Costs. You know what? That could happen. That could happen. After all, they did turn on the Young Bucks. Of course, you know, Cole and Red Dragon, they did turn on the Young Bucks, so it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Hey. Could be a nice little feud there, but here's my thing though. Sig Whiskey. Here's my thing though. Bobby Fish is a free agent and Kyle O'Reilly's out indefinitely. So where's his backup? Now, unless this is to be like a singles like angle between Kenny Omega and Adam Cole, sure. But it's like with Bobby Fish as a free agent and Kyle O'Reilly out indefinitely getting the neck fusion surgery, Adam Cole doesn't really have any backup right now. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation. So it's a little bit of a weird situation. But Jon Moxley versus CM Punk. CM Punk, who got the epic pep talk from Ace Steel. I really feel like CM Punk is going to win the title back. So I'm picking CM Punk. I think he wins the title back. And maybe this is where CM Punk goes full on heel. Maybe he goes full on heel. But they'll be in Chicago, so I mean, hey. Or technically Hoffman Estates, but I think CM Punk returns the favor. I'm not saying that he squashes Moxley, but I think he wins it back. John Elite says, I can't see Adam Cole, Bebe, interfering without Bobby and Kyle. Yeah, and that's the thing too. That's the thing. Because, you know, they're out. He ain't got no backup. So that's the only thing with that. But this is an incredibly huge card. Like I said, 15 matches, y'all. 15 matches. But then again, Forbidden Door had like 14 or 15 matches or 13 matches, something like that. So this isn't that big of a shock. John Elite's picking CM Punk as well. Okay. Right on. Hell of a weekend for sure. Oh yeah, we got a lot of pro wrestling to look forward to. Konosuke Takeshita returned to DDT, but word is Takeshita wants to do another U.S. excursion before the end of the year. Perhaps he could be back as early as, you know, October, maybe November. Takeshita has made a big splash in the States, and he's desired to come back. He wants to come back. So don't be surprised if Takeshita returns in a couple of months. I would love to see that. But there's also been word that some, if not all, of the WWE championships, main roster, I believe, are going to be getting some new designs. So we'll see how that goes. You know, just a whole belt design overhaul, it seems. But that's what I've heard. But we got a lot to look forward to this weekend. I mean, we got a lot of things going on in Stardom. You know, Stardom, they're getting ready for the final month of the 5-Star Grand Prix. They will have the finals October 1st, right as Royal Quest 2 is starting. Not only that, if I remember correctly, Stardom also... Hold up. I believe they have a show coming up, I think September 19th. I think I read that right. September 19th? Let me look. Did Hikari Noah win her Eve match? Wait, she had an Eve match? Oh, I didn't know. Who does she face? John Elite says, wonder what the designs would look like. Not a big fan of the current IC and US title designs. Yeah, me neither. Especially the IC title design. I like the white IC belt a lot better. That was one of my favorites. Oh, she went up against Alex Windsor for the International Princess belt? Oh, Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that. Wow. Um. So it looks like no. It looks like she lost. Yeah, looks like she lost. Yeah. And apparently she's she's gonna be wrestling Millie McKenzie. Ooh. Ooh. The one Cody introduced was gorgeous. The white strap. Oh yeah, that was a really good one too. Yeah, that was a really good one. I like that one. But yeah, Jesse, uh, Alex Windsor did retain, and apparently, word is they had a banger of a match. Apparently, it was like crystal chemistry between both ladies. So I might have to check that out because apparently they're saying on Twitter it was a banger of a match. Yeah, I might have to. Oh, it says it's members only. I might have to see if I can try to check that out because apparently it was an instant classic. So if they do some sort of replay, hopefully I can catch that. Awesome. Awesome. I'll look for a replay. Oh, okay. So if they are going to do a replay, I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, so that's really good. But like I said, I'm still picking my main thing with Stardom. I'm still picking Tam Nakano to win the 5-star Grand Prix. I just really hate that Hanan is 0-8. And I really hope they don't do her dirty and have her go this whole entire 5-star Grand Prix winless. She's the future of Stardom champion. They better not have her go out winless like that. Because that's garbage. That's garbage if they have her go out winless like that. No way. No way. They can't. They can't. They can't. Now, not a whole lot of things about Stardom piss me off, but if she goes out winless of this tournament, I'll be very upset. I'll be very upset. She's the future of Stardom champion and has been on an incredible title run. 10 defenses. And they're having her lose match after match after match in the 5-star Grand Prix. That's a bunch of garbage. That's a big old load of garbage. But anyway, I'm gonna end on a positive note. Jesse says, I think Ami Sourei is taking her belt. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Ami Sourei is another one that's been looking really strong, especially in the 5-star. And apparently, a lot of people were mad when Hazuki lost to Saya Kamitani. I'm like, y'all honestly didn't think she was going to make it to the finals undefeated? Come on now. Come on now. I hope folks weren't seriously thinking Hazuki was going to go into the finals undefeated. Come on now. But yeah, I mean, Hazuki, she's definitely, I think it's safe to say she's a favorite to make it to the finals. But I didn't think she was going to be undefeated and just waltz her way into the finals like that. No way. No way. But we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. But she has 14 points. She has a huge, huge lead, being that she's 7-1. But one more month. One more month. And then let's see, in 2 weeks, got the DPW Victory Lap show that I'll be attending. Will be good to see Maya Yukihi, Jungle Keonu, Sumi Sakai. Looking forward to seeing those Joshis in action. But yeah, not to mention Jungle Keona's being booked for 3 DPW shows. So can't wait to see Jungle Keona back in the ring. She's been training like crazy. I mean, she looks good too. Have y'all seen Jungle Keona lately? She looks good. I mean, not only does she look good looking, but her shoulders, her biceps, her back, she been putting in that workout. Like, I follow her on Instagram and on Twitter. But yeah, she's been doing a lot of videos of her in the gym. Jungle Keona looks good. Jesse says, Jungle. Yeah. Dude, I can't wait for her return to the ring. She's been looking good. My only issue is possible ring rust, which I don't think she'll have a lot of ring rust, but I think she may have a little bit of ring rust. Because, I mean, you know, she's getting ready to have her first match back from multiple injuries. I mean, Jungle Keona's been out for a long time. So I think there will be a little bit of ring rust, but not a lot. Not a lot. She has gotten herself back into great wrestling shape. And I think she's going to do fine. I think she's going to do really fine. She's here for a U.S. She's going to be here for a U.S. excursion because she has a couple of shows booked, not just DPW, but some other shows booked as well. She did have an exhibition match at the Hana Kimura Memorial Show this year. Oh, she did? I thought she just made an appearance. She actually wrestled? Oh, I didn't know she wrestled. I thought she just made an appearance. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, shoot. Well, if you saw it, did she look rusty? Dang, now I'm kind of curious. I honestly thought she just made an appearance and was just there in attendance. Okay. Hey, I can dig that. I can dig that. Well, shoot, that's even better then. That's even better then. So I guess it's mainly just she's getting ready to make her US debut. That's really what it comes down to, I guess, is she's just ready to make her US debut. But no, that's awesome. That's awesome. Wow, she actually had a match at that memorial show. I thought it was just an appearance. Let's go. I'm excited for Jungle Keona. I plan on wearing my Stardom shirt to that DPW show. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be really good. But anyways, I'm gonna get here and get ready to get some rest. I gotta get up early in the morning. But it has been a blessing and a lot of fun being on here, chatting with y'all and just going over the hyped bundle of pro wrestling that we're going to get this weekend. I mean, it's amazing. More 5-star Grand Prix matches. We have Clash at the Castle, AEW All Out. Got New Japan Burning Spirit starts. We got NXT Worlds Collide. We got a lot to look forward to. Hope everybody gets plenty of rest and preparation. It's going to be an incredible Labor Day weekend full of pro wrestling. Get hyped. And while you're at it, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it, share the stream, and let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What those that catch this later, let me know what y'all's thoughts are, what your predictions are, and all of the above. Jesse says it was Jungle Keonu versus Kyoko Kimura. 11-minute win. Oh, she went up against Kyoko Kimura. Nice. That's what's up. Of course, for those that don't know, Jungle Keonu and Hana Kimura go way, way back. And of course, Jungle Keonu was part of the Hana Kimura-led faction. Yes, sir. Tokyo Cyber Squad. Quite an incredible faction. And, of course, Hana Kimura before that was also with Oedo Tai. So a lot of history there. Hana Kimura gone way too soon. Just goes to show that cyberbullying is a real thing. I don't care what anybody says. That's a real thing. And the fact that it exists sucks. Because we've had amazing people like Hana Kimura, amazing people like Daphne, unfortunately, leave us. So, oh man. And the thing is, Hana Kimura, from what I've heard, she loves her fans. Like she loves her fans. She was way too young as well. Yeah, absolutely. 1,000,000% agree. And I'm jealous for all those that got a chance to see her when they came to ROH as part of when she was with Oedo Tai and as well as Tokyo Cyber Squad. They even did a whole tribute episode of ROH dedicated to Hana Kimura. And she was pretty too. She was a cutie. She was a cutie. Very well spoken and very funny too. But nah, Jesse, thanks for sharing that info. Like I said, I had no idea that she actually Jungle Keonu actually wrestled that show. But yeah, get hyped, y'all. And those that are catching the archive, let me know what your thoughts are, what your predictions are, what y'all are looking forward to. But this has been another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed Labor Day weekend. I will see y'all very soon once I get the recap videos out. But everybody enjoy the weekend of pro wrestling, and I will see y'all on the flip side. Good night, everybody.